Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you own a Kar Kaddy SS car dolly and you've noticed it's getting out of alignment lately, don't worry, I've got you covered in this video. Today, we're diving into one of the key reasons this happens and how you can check it out for yourself. There are three main culprits that can be causing this type of misalignment. It could be the tie rod assembly needing to be realigned. It might also be the tie rod ends, which, if they haven't been greased it properly, it could be causing some major troubles. Remember, the manufacturer recommends that the greasing of the tie rod ends every 2,500 miles. And finally, it could be the steering stabilizer shock, which, if worn out, could prevent the wheels from realigning after a turn. During our trip to our next RV resort, Rhonda and I noticed the Kar Kaddy wasn't tracking correctly behind our RV. So we had to make an unexpected stop to check things out. In this video, we're going to focus on one of these three possible issues, specifically the steering stabilizer shock. Why? Because it's one of the easiest things to check when you're on the road, and if it's bad, it causes the wheels to stay out of alignment. And don't worry, in our upcoming videos, I'll show you how to replace the steering stabilizer shock, grease the drop axle assembly and tie rod ends, and properly align the wheel carrier assembly. So if you own a Kar Kaddy SS, you're going to want to stick around for those. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming repair and maintenance guides on the Kar Kaddy SS. All right, let's dive in and check out the steering stabilizer shock. We're heading from Bradenton to Winter Garden, Florida. Just a normal travel day. Everything was fine until I glanced at my right side mirror, and that's when I knew something was off. If you're using a dolly, a car dolly, and you're driving down the road and you see one of your wheels in the mirror, you should not see either wheel. If you do, that means your dolly's out of alignment, you need to adjust it. And not on the side of the road in Florida in the heat. But this time, I could see the entire wheel well, and in that moment, I knew we had a serious issue. And sure enough, I got out and took a closer look. It was bad. The car wheels weren't straight, and the dolly wheels weren't aligned with the trailer at all. I knew Rhonda and I had to fix it right there and now. No way were we risking another mile like this. So I grabbed my jack and got to work. The first step was getting both wheels off the ground so I could move them freely. Then I removed one side of the tie rod to get a better look at what was going on. So before you can take the tie rod off and unscrew it from the wheel, I had to remove the tie rod clamp, both bottom and top, along with the steering stabilizer shock. With everything disconnected, I manually adjusted the wheel to line up perfectly with the trailer. Then I made sure the tie rod bolt fit securely into the adjusted tires. Once we had everything lined up, I reinstalled the wheel carrier, put the tie rod clamps back in place, and bolted the steering stabilizer shock. The moment of truth, everything was back together.
John, it's crooked.
I don't like
Look.
You right now. You tard. Oh. Didn't mean that. I took a step back, and let me tell you, what a relief. The Kar Kaddy was perfectly aligned with the RV, just like it should be. And in that moment, it really hit me. I'm so glad we decided to stop when we did. This could have been bad if we had ignored it or we just didn't notice it. We could have had a major accident on I-75. That's a terrifying thought. This is why it's so important to trust your gut. If something looks off, pull over. A few minutes of checking things out could save your life or someone else's. I wanted to share this story because I know how many of us rely on tow dollies when traveling. This is exactly why you have to stay alert. Always check your mirrors. Always listen to that voice in your head. I hope this helps someone out there. If you found this useful, or if you've had a towing scare, let's talk about it in the comments. Let's help others stay safe out there. So the last thing I want to say is that I bought this dolly knowing nothing about the screws, how to oil it, or anything like that. It's been a learning curve. On this dolly, I had to run to the store because I needed the right tool to even take off the center part to get the end off. So know your trailer, definitely know the parts you need before this happens to you. The other thing I want to say is I have a brother-in-law who's a farmer in Minnesota, and if it wasn't for him, I would have had no clue what to do here, and I probably would have spent hundreds of dollars hiring someone to come out here, take a look at it, and fix it. So, love you, brother-in-law. Take care.